In today's video, a police report is made public detailing a tragic accident involving one of Onision and Kai's children. Plus, the FBI isn't in possession of a very important laptop. Those stories coming up now. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. If you're a return subscriber, I really do appreciate your continued support. If you're new here and you enjoy these types of videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Everyone give this video a big thumbs up, click on that notification bell and select it to all. That way you'll be notified when I upload my next video. Before we get started, and as always, I do need to remind you all that I am a drama commentary channel. I have opinions and I speak them freely. Opinions are not facts, they never have been facts, and they never will be facts. Because of the nature of this video, I do need to also let you know that all of the information in my video is alleged. I cannot prove nor deny anything. I do need to also let you know that I will be discussing bodily injury to a minor. If you are sensitive to this topic, please click off now. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive in. Due to YouTube's new harassment policy, I haven't discussed Onision and Kai on my channel for quite some time, but with the newest developments that have just come to light, I found that it was time to discuss this ongoing story again. Allegedly, one of the children in the home was seriously injured while under the care and supervision of their parents. On January 20th, Good Citizen Records tweeted the following: "Relevant excerpts from a police report that I obtained involving an accident with one of Onision's children. I have redacted this to protect the children's privacy concerning this accident. The accident itself was just an accident. I will not publish more from this report." Good Citizen Records also included this partial police report of the incident that happened at Onision and Kai's home on September 12, 2019 at approximately 7:25 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Someone asked Good Citizen Records how they were able to get a hold of the police report, and they responded, "I sent in a public records request for all reports and calls for Onision's house. I actually sent it before Chris Hansen was at his house, and I was very surprised when I got back a 911 call with Onision calling the cops on Chris Hansen. I got about a few hours sneak peek for that." It wasn't long after Good Citizen Records tweet that the full police report was leaked to the public on Twitter. For those that haven't yet read the full report in its entirety, I shall read it for you now. I would like you to be aware that there is an error in the report regarding Kai's last name. The child's name is censored for their privacy. On September 12, 2019, at approximately 19:25 hours, I received a phone call from Deputy Grote regarding an incident that occurred. Deputy Grote explained that James Jackson called 911 and reported that his 2-year-old daughter had fallen out of a second-story window by pushing the screen out. Deputy Grote said that he had been out to the residence before to assist Child Protective Services in checking the children due to concerns that James ran a YouTube channel with content about child blank. Deputy Grote said that blank was being transported to Mary Bridge via ambulance. I met Deputy Grote at Mary Bridge Children's Hospital. Blank had been brought into a CT scan immediately upon her arrival. I spoke to Lieutenant Johnson with Gig Harbor. Lieutenant Johnson said that his medic unit transported Blank to the hospital. Lieutenant Johnson said that when they arrived on scene, Kai Johnson was with Blank. Lieutenant Johnson said that Blank was on the cement driveway directly underneath an open window laying on her side. He said that there was a window screen partially underneath Blank which was broken in the corner. Lieutenant Johnson said that the fall was not witnessed and he was told that Kai was in the kitchen making dinner and James was in the garage. Lieutenant Johnson said that James said he heard tapping on the outside of the garage and when he went to investigate he saw that Blank had fallen. I spoke privately with Kai. Kai agreed to be audio recorded during our conversation. We got interrupted during our conversation by medical staff, so my conversation with Kai is documented in 2 separate recordings. The following is a summary of our conversation. For full details, please refer to the audio recording which will be booked into evidence in the PCSD main property room. Kai said that when she went to make dinner, she put Blank in her room to watch TV. Kai said that the window was closed and that Blank's bedroom door was open. Kai said that her 5-year-old son, Blank, was in the living room watching a different show, which is why she put Blank in her bedroom. She described Blank's bed as a twin bed. She said that she was not sure how Blank could have gotten up to the window. She said she believed that the headboard to the bed and the window did not overlap, so it didn't make sense to her that Blank could have climbed onto the windowsill from the headboard. Kai said that she did not know that Blank had fallen until James ran upstairs and then out the front door. She said that James yelled for her to call an ambulance, which is when she came outside and saw that Blank had fallen. Kai said that she dialed 911 but gave the phone to James and that she waited with Blank until the ambulance got there. Kai described Blank as very active and said that in the past she has climbed and stood on top of tables in the home. I spoke privately with James. James agreed to be audio recorded during our conversation. The following is a summary of my conversation with James. For full details, please refer to the audio recording, which will be booked into evidence in the PCSD main property room. James said that he was in the garage on his computer. He explained that he works from home. James said that he heard what sounded like a deep voice and tapping on the exterior of the garage. James said that he thought it was Blank who was outside. James said that Blank was not supposed to be outside, so he went upstairs so he could go outside to see why Blank was out there. James said that when he got partway up the stairs, he could see that Blank was in the living room playing a video game. James said that he went out of the front door and saw Blank lying on the driveway near the garage. He said he yelled for Kai to call an ambulance and then spoke with 911 on the phone. James said that while waiting for the ambulance, he took a video showing the window down to the cement where Blank was laying. I asked James why he took the video. James said he wanted to be able to show the doctor exactly where she had fallen and expressed concern that she had hit landscaping rocks which were right next to the driveway. He also said he thought about needing to show the police what happened and spoke about an incident in 2011 when a friend threatened to kill herself and make it look like he was responsible, so he took a video of himself calling 911 so he could show the police that he was not responsible. James's explanation for why he took a video seems strange to me. James said that Blank is an active child and said that in the past she has climbed up and stood on tables. He said that she also stood on the windowsills in their front rooms, so they make sure to keep the windows closed and locked. James showed me the video he had taken of Blank. It was a 1-second video which showed Blank on the ground with Kai next to her and then panned up to show the open window. I took a video of James' phone playing the video and will copy it to a DVD and book it into evidence in the PCSD main property room. I spoke with Dr. M. He said that Blank had multiple skull fractures. He said that she had a subgaleal hematoma. He said that she had small subdural hematomas. He said that there was some bleeding and bruising on her brain, but that it was not enough to require immediate surgery. I asked him if the injuries were life-threatening, and he explained that at this point they weren't, but due to the nature of the injuries, Blank would need to be carefully monitored because the situation could quickly change and the injuries could become life-threatening. He explained that the skull fracture on the right side of her head was depressed and pushing into her brain. Dr. M said that the injuries were consistent with a fall from a second-story window. Deputy Grote told me that James showed him Ring doorbell video. James handed me his phone and showed me the videos. The Ring video did not capture Blank's fall. It pointed in the opposite direction, but it did show when James came outside and saw Blank on the ground. James walks out onto the porch and looks in the direction of the garage. James runs towards her and screams for Kai to call an ambulance. Kai comes out onto the porch and screams, then runs over to Blank. James sent me 3 videos which captured James going into the house to get a towel and talking on the phone with 911. James emailed me the copies of the videos. I will burn the videos onto the same DVD as the video from James's phone. I asked James and Kai if I can go to their home and take some photographs. They both agreed. I explained that they did not have to allow me to go into their home to take pictures and that they could change their minds and tell me to stop. I gave James my work cell phone number and told him to call me if they did not want me to take pictures. Kai asked me to check to make sure the stove was off and also asked if I could let their dogs in from the back porch when I left. James provided me with a code to get into the front door. The door had a keypad lock. Reading through the entire police report is so heartbreaking. Do I think that it was an accident caused by gross negligence? Of course I do, but I don't want to get into whether or not it was on purpose, as there are other things that I'd like to focus on. What I would like to discuss is what Onision did while they waited for the paramedics to arrive and what he did just mere days after the accident occurred. According to the police report, Onision took video of his daughter and Kai while she was laying on the concrete. He took this video in part because he wanted to prove that he was innocent in case someone tried to frame him like an ex-girlfriend tried to do, according to him, which is also why he recorded himself calling the police. He also wanted to be sure that the doctors were able to see where she landed. I'm sorry, but his whole story is bizarre, and I honestly don't believe it for the following reasons. I think it's pretty safe to say that no normal parent who just had their toddler daughter fall and land on their head cracking it open from a second-story window would grab a camera to record the incident after calling 911. As a parent myself, I would be giving my 100% attention to my child in their time of need, trying to comfort them while waiting for help to arrive, and I'd also be probably hysterical and crying my eyes out. I can safely say that my husband would follow in my footsteps. Deep concern and sadness would be racing through my head, and all I would be able to think about is getting my child help as soon as humanly possible, and there's no way on God's green earth that I would leave my child's side even when help arrived. Any normal parent would think of their hurt child's needs first, but not Onision. After he called and spoke with 911, his first thought was to grab that camera so he could cover his own butt and possibly have some great footage for future use and not be by his poor daughter's side. This whole situation infuriates me and makes me sick to my stomach. There was absolutely no need to record the aftermath of her on the ground, and I am willing to bet that he knew that and he was probably using it as an excuse so he could get away with his twisted desire to document a tragic accident. But, of course, that's just my opinion. Onision has cameras all over his property. Chris Hansen was recently at his home, and Chris stated that there were at least half a dozen security cameras placed all over the front of his property, as well as allegedly one across the street. The security camera footage would have most certainly captured the fall and where she landed, especially the one across the street. And he would have known that, so there was zero reason to add one more piece of footage to the pile. Of course, this is all alleged and strictly my opinion, but I think he had actual footage of the fall all along. Now, some may say that he could have added those cameras after the fact, and you know what, that could very well be true. But if we go back and take a look at Isla's interview with Chris Hansen, she said that Onision had cameras absolutely everywhere. So I doubt very much that most of those outdoor cameras weren't out there before the accident occurred. And if they were, Onision could have simply showed that footage to the police and the doctors if he was so concerned with them knowing where she fell from and where she landed. Moving on, another reason that I don't believe Onision's story is because Onision has a history of recording medical emergencies for his channel. Shiloh. Shiloh suffered a grand mal seizure after Onision told her that she was too fat for him, that he could no longer pick her up, and that's no longer what he wanted. She was in the shower when the seizure happened, and the first thing Onision did was pick up his camera and record her suffering. He never called 911, and he never sought any sort of medical attention for her, even after she suffered memory loss. Like the accident with his daughter, he also came up with excuses as to why he recorded the incident. Shiloh said that he told her he filmed it so he could help others and to get advice from his audience. Shiloh said something very telling in her interview with Chris Hansen that has really stuck with me, even more so since the tragic accident with his daughter came to light. Starting at the 16-minute and 28-second mark in her interview, she said, and I quote, "He recorded everything that he did. He vlogged. There wasn't a moment that man didn't have his camera equipment around." Was his daughter's accident just another excuse to vlog? With his history of recording everything, why should we think his motivation to do so would be any different now? We can speculate, but we can never say for sure. Recording the aftermath of his daughter's fall wasn't the only inappropriate thing that Onision did that I found disgusting. He also decided to tweet out the following tweets just mere days after the accident while his daughter was in recovery in the pediatric unit. "I have no interest in dragging anyone anywhere unless the destination is my bedroom. Choose love, not heh. Actually, let's do both at the same time. I didn't say you could leave the bed. Get back in your room and watch the door till I return. Don't make me punish you again. I don't need a woman. I don't need a man. I need a piece of worthless trash on their knees begging for more." There's a reason you feel the way you do. We were made for each other. You to love pain and me to love inflicting it upon you. Stop drooling on the floor. You're wasting saliva that belongs on me. I don't take you seriously because you're a joke and you know it. Now tie your hands back up. I have plans for you. If you want soft kissing, get a girlfriend. I'm only here to bite and claw my way into you. The only lip I want from you isn't for my ears. Know your place. Your eyes are beautiful. They'd look even better rolled in the back of your head. Honestly, there's a heck of a lot more disgusting tweets, but I'm gonna end with this final tweet that was the most disturbing of them all. Stand in front of the window over there. The world should see how pathetic and helpless you are. I'm going to humiliate you, and right before you lose consciousness, I'm going to destroy you. This tweet is absolutely disgusting, and some people think that he is making light of the situation where his daughter fell out of that 2-story window just a few days before. Whether or not that's true, we just don't know, but it's inappropriate and disgusting nonetheless. Why? Why say something like that? He should have been off social media and devoting all of his time being there for not only his daughter at the hospital, but also there for his son and even Kai. Isla mentioned in her interview that Kai was afraid to have a daughter with Onision, and I can honestly see why. I hope that CPS, even as messed up as that system is, takes a much harder look at the home life for those children. What Onision did wasn't normal by any stretch of the imagination, and I fear for them. Chris Hansen may be able to provide us with more information regarding the incident, so I'm curious to see what he has to share with us tonight. Before I end this video, I'd also like to update you on some new information that was released yesterday. Sadly, it has come to everyone's attention that Sarah's laptop and cell phone that contained evidence important to the case was never sent to the FBI by Chris Hansen's right-hand man, Vincent Nicotra. For those of you unaware with the controversies surrounding Vincent Nicotra, I urge you to check out my good friend DramaLynn Opinions. She covered this story in great detail and she does a fantastic job. I'll be sure to link her channel down below. Yesterday, Sarah took to Twitter regarding her devices to express her disappointment and anger. She tweeted, "Ya girl has been lied to. My laptop was never sent to the FBI. It's been sitting in an office in New York for months with me thinking it was with the police." Sarah deleted those tweets, and then when someone asked what happened, she replied, "I'm angry because I was lied to but deleted the tweets because I didn't want to spend my whole day talking about it. What I said this morning is still true and I'm still upset." Needless to say, I and many others were shocked, angry, and highly disappointed to learn that the FBI is not in possession of the laptop and that it was sent back to Sarah. Understandably, people were very upset and expressed their anger on Twitter. After seeing the mounting criticism, Chris Hansen's moderation team put out the following statement yesterday. From the Hansen moderation team, in light of recent events, we have elected to publish our own group statement. This is under our own directive, separate from Chris Hansen and his affiliates. To clarify, none of us have been in agreement with Vincent's behavior. Regarding the initial hack, Vincent had sent a variation of his initial offensive tweet to Regina. Whether or not he or his friend, who is also coincidentally named Chris, posted, it is unclear. Behind the scenes during the initial few days of the fallout from that tweet, Vincent had to be repeatedly talked to by a handful of moderators. He was repeatedly told that he was putting both the moderation team and Chris Hansen in a bad position and was damaging the credibility of the investigation by continuing his behavior. He not only ignored us, he also began to act volatile and abusive, only calming down and begging for help when the reality of his actions became apparent to him. During this time, he also complained that he felt unappreciated for the work he does. Chris has also been approached about Vincent and his conduct a number of times and has said that he would like to fire him. Unfortunately, Chris has said that he also needs to figure out how to replace him so that this can happen. We are unsure of the truth of this statement, but are in mutual agreement that ultimately Chris Hansen is well-intentioned and out of his depth of knowledge with regards to the internet and online culture. We had no idea that Vincent's claims were fraudulent regarding Sarah's laptop, nor that it had been returned to her until the morning of January 21st. We were shocked, horrified, and above all, appalled by this discovery. We do not know if these lies were exclusively delivered to the public or to Chris himself, but either way, we are deeply upset by them. Additionally, the moderation team was pushed by Vincent to publicize or share information for him. Many of us did so, assuming him to be a trustworthy source of information. At present, this entire debacle calls into question the credibility of that information, and we are deeply sorry for furthering this man's blatant lies. We moderators are not paid for our work, nor do we care to be. We ultimately agreed to our positions either because we knew the survivors of Greg and Kai's abuse or because we wanted to help create an environment where abuse survivors could tell their stories safely and on their own terms. The victims that we are in contact with are also heartbroken by this news. Several feel ashamed and taken advantage of and are fearful of the backlash they may receive from this entire incident. We are sorry for the role our silence on this issue has played. It was requested that this be handled privately, but we cannot remain silent on these flagrant issues any longer. We stand with the survivors, and we always will. Thank you. Devastating. absolutely devastating news. How Vincent could openly, blatantly lie to Sarah is beyond me. Whether or not Chris Hansen knew about this is yet to be known, and he has yet to put out an official statement, but I heard that he would be addressing it. Whether or not he puts out an official statement on Twitter, discusses it during his live stream tonight, or both is unclear. People are understandably starting to question whether or not there is even an FBI investigation at all. Onision Unprivated tweeted the following to help ease concerns. If any of y'all still think the FBI investigation is fake, check up. This is an official police report. The police report states, "This is a known subject we've received numerous calls on from around the country. He is known on YouTube as Onision. Our detectives are aware. Also, the FBI has opened a case and are reviewing his video content. The RP is reporting a YouTube video that depicts a skit from August." The victims have been through so much and have finally gotten a chance to have a voice, only to have it go this way, but all may not be lost just yet. For now, I'm going to hold out hope that things can be corrected, apologies made, and things get back on track. The victims receiving justice and the children made safe needs to be the top priority. We cannot let Onision and Kai walk away from this. And with that, we are at the end of this video. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Remember, if you are new here and you enjoyed these types of videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all very shortly on the next one. Bye!